What it do, what it do. Welcome to another one over here, Game Chopper TV. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe, because we chopping this game over here, man. Man, y'all see it. Y'all see it, man. Y'all know what this is. Y'all know what we talking about, man. So today, I've been getting, I've been seeing everywhere that, well, I'll say this. This is what I've been seeing. Especially like on TikTok and stuff, people talking about, the Karmello Anthony footage has been released, different things like that. And, it's kind of a clickbait because you're thinking that they're either going to show the video or they've seen the video. And when you come to find out, they haven't seen the video at all. A lot of it is, the YT people, they survive on lies, of course, but actually, the footage has been, released, but, unless you're in on the case, you haven't seen it, unless someone's leaked it somewhere, I haven't seen it anywhere, I haven't been able to find the video, but people, have been sitting up there really clickbaiting, acting like the footage is accessible to people, and like they've seen it, And another thing that comes along with that is, too, now, today, they're saying they're indicting Karmello Anthony with first-degree murder. First-degree unaliving, of Austin Metcalf. And what a lot of people what they're saying is due to the video evidence. But see, that's the clickbait thing that people were saying too. Like, the video shows that it wasn't self-defense. You see what I'm saying? But let's talk about that real quick, because there is someone who did see it. And watch how they explain this. Let's be honest, too. This whole situation, of course, makes white people tomato red. Tomato red, fool, just even them thinking about it, man. So how do you think the people that's making these decisions even feel? Like this DA Greg Willis. He came on and stuff, talking all calm. I know this has rocked everyone, and this is, but then, of course, what team you think he on? One thing I've learned, in most cases, the YT people, even if they're supposed to be fair and square and serving the community, white comes first. And that's in all professions, from what I've seen. They break the discrimination laws any chance they get. They none of the rules don't apply. They'll announce the rules. They'll read you out some words in a book, a rule book, and then turn around and be that same person, the same people using discrimination and everything else, man. So come on. Come on, man. You have these people in high positions too, making decisions. Good grief. What do you expect? Evil. That's it. But anyway, since they all want to say that the tape has been released and that it debunks self-defense, let's hear what this lady said that did see the tape. Let's hear this. Fair use, by the way. Fair use. But let's hear this.
So a long shot, isn't it?
A long shot, yeah.
So a couple of minutes in, and you actually see the altercation take place.
Yes, everything leading up to it, everyone's milling about. It seems very normal, and then right at 9:55, that's when there's this explosive movement or action between two people under the tent, and that's when the employees in the room told me that's when the stabbing happened at 9:55.
Right, and you were talking about people kind of start to scatter at that moment.
But did you hear what she said? There was a movement between two people. So what's not being told here that was told already? That Austin tried to put his hands on Karmello. Karmello had already warned him. And that's when the movement must have happened. She said she seen there was a movement between two people. They're making it seem like on the tape, like Austin was just in one place and the guy, Karmello, just got up and just went for him like that. You know what I'm saying? So even from the video, it doesn't seem like it's still too clear on, what happened, what the aftermath was. But, but of course, white people, that's all that matters. It was a black person that did it off of a white person trying to, how can I put it, throw around his authority. And white people are, they can all relate to that. Throwing around their authority to a black person. The only thing about it is Karmello reacted, and they hate that. Oh, that's what they hate. They turn red in the face about that one. They don't want to let that slide. They want to continue to keep wanting to throw their authority and then raise their kids to do the same to black people. And that's where it's a problem on their end, that they need to cut it out. Their kids are already ingrained to feel a certain way towards black people. And which, you can't stop someone from screwing their kids up. Let's be honest. You can't stop these white people from screwing their kids' heads up. That's the way they was taught, to think and act silly and stupid and, about someone's race, over someone's race, and to think you're better and authoritative than, they're really poisoning their kids with this nonsense, and their kids bring it out in the public. You know what I'm saying? And oh man, like I say, I'm in Texas, boy. These white people here need to be in jail. I'm just telling you, fool. They are the. I'm telling you, fool. You see what you know what I'm saying, and you see what I'm saying, and you see how the man reacted. You know what I'm saying? You see how Karmello reacted, because the stuff they do, fool. Golly, and that's the thing about it. Only someone as innocent and pure-minded as a kid, or someone who just doesn't understand their nonsense, would react like that. Anybody would really react like that to the way these people are and the way they act in a lot of cases. Let's be honest. I mean, but this is, this is the result, though. When you do stand up, that's why a lot of black people, just kind of fall back, because it's like, once you do, you can stand up, you stand up, defend yourself, but then you got to deal with, the little cheaters, basically, who run the prisons and law enforcements and things like that. Guess what color they are? And they're not going to go off of right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's the different thing about it. They're not going to go off of right and wrong. They go off of white and wrong. That's what they do. They go off of white and wrong. You know what I'm saying? If you're not white, you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? And that's why all these immigrants come over here and want to be white. Because, But anyway, that's another story right there. But yeah, so this is what we have when a black person tries to rightfully defend himself against the evil, white people, white racist mindset. This is what happens. He has to go through all this nonsense, and then the people who's judging, guess what color they are? White. You see what I'm saying? And they're not the type of people, like I say, that operate from right and wrong. That's what we have a problem with, today with them. They operate from white and wrong. Only God can fix this kind of situation, because they're just, a lot of their race is so poisoned, and they think like that. And let's be honest, I'm not to sit here and say that, that this Austin Metcalf deserved what happened, but, this, you can't go, it's the parents that's teaching these kids wrong, and to just be so authoritative towards a black person. Then something like this happens, they don't, it's white people think differently. They'll take one for their race. and sacrifice themselves for the race of being white. Just like, what's the name? Like, see, that's when they have a different mindset. Whereas you think, you just everyday people want to just go on through life and just do, because you got to live, die anyway. They're not those type of people who just goes through life and just want to live a decent life and not knowing harm. No, no, no. Just like Dylan Roof, when he went in that church and shot up all those people for nothing off of race. And white people tried to give him an out and say that he was crazy. He stood on it. He said, "No, don't give me the easy route. I knew exactly what I was doing, and I meant to do it for my race." You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I mean, they literally raise their kids to be on the edge, to be ready to, do stuff like that. And then that other guy who's the Buffalo shooter went to the grocery store, started up all those black people for nothing. They would have tried to give him an out. He stood on the white business though, and you couldn't deny why he did it. And he didn't deny why he did it. So this is what you have here, antagonizing black people. And their parents raise them to do it because their parents will antagonize black minors too, or black adults too. You see the videos of it all the time. You see it all the time. It's nonstop. This is an issue on their side, and once we respond and get tired of all that, like, God, dog, like, I just saw something about an auto shop that said that was like disrespecting Juneteenth and stuff. It's like, dude, good grief, they don't stop. Who's raising them? Who you think? And these are adults. I mean, you could go on and on, but like I say, once, when we get tired and respond, we gotta fight for our life, and fight for a fair trial, you see they threw a meal ticket on Addis Bond at first. It took black people to say, hey, good grief, now, I mean, and then he got, a decent bond set, and then and now, some of the videos, so I guess a little bit of some of the video has surfaced from what she described. It was, she didn't just necessarily say, oh, she didn't make it seem like nobody was in the clear on that one, right? It was just two people making motion up under that tent, so, but like I say, this is, these people here, that's all I gotta say. These people, like I say, when we defend ourselves, this is what we're up against. And they're all on the same page, they're all on the same code. For you people to say, oh, we're not all like that. You are so much of a minority, because most of them stand on the same code. Point blank, most of them stand on the same code. It's amazing. Like I say, these aren't just people who just, hey, live life normal and just, mind their own, try to enjoy life and all that. These people already be miserable, mad, and they see a black person, oh yeah, being happy, or just anything, just doing something that they expect them to not be doing, or just better than them. It's just, dude, it's the pettiest stuff in the world. But like I say, you respond, you do something, you got to answer to a whole team of other white people who's red in the face, mad at you, and ready to throw the book at you. It's always been like that. Go back in time. White person do something to a black person, he gets off, doesn't get charged. Black person gets even just accused of doing something, even if he didn't do it. They're hanging him or throwing a book at him. It's been like this, man, and this is why, like I say, 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 this is you know, it's sickening. It's almost getting sickening at this point, because we know how these people are and how they're always walking around trying to cause trouble. And not to say, like I say, not to say that, because I don't necessarily know, but from the stories that's told, it sounds about like them. You know, and that's just the truth. You know, yeah, it sucks that he, did have to that he did lose his life. You know, it did suck, but like I say, if the world was a perfect place, a lot of stuff wouldn't happen, I guess, right? But of course, these people are going to continue to poison their kids, and for the future, it's like, it makes me just wonder, like, what exactly do you guys say to your kids? You know, like, what exactly do you say? You see those people over there with the skin? That's bad skin. That's bad skin color. Oh no, you don't. No. Never be friends with. No. Pew. Ooh. Ooey. That's ooey. They do. I can see it. I can see them doing stuff like that. And then the kid, it's being ingrained in their brain. The people that looks like that. Oh, they're. Those people, ew, they're called black, ew, and they're called N-words, and because the kids already have that mindset, especially when they hit about 12 to 14. Oh yeah, they're fully shaped. They're ready to try it out and test it out by those ages. It's a mess, but that's something that does need to be talked about, because, like I say, it's too many videos to prove what I'm saying. But anyway, so yeah, they trying to charge him with first-degree murder now. You know what I'm saying? Unalive, but they were saying that the trial might not kick off till about 2026 sometime. Things like that. More will come out. Maybe by then the footage will be leaked. You know what I'm saying, or something. I mean, hell, all these other videos are leaked. You might as well leak it, But I don't know. We'll see how things go, man. But I say self-defense still. Oh, why'd he have what's the name? Why'd he have a poker and all that type of stuff? We all carry something, something. And, and if not carrying something, it's something that's nearby if a threat comes, you know what I'm saying? So, he had 2 boys on him. Looked like I get from, or one, whatever it was, but the situation was what the situation was. And I just don't feel like I just don't, I feel like it was self-defense. I feel like it was a case of self-defense. A case that shouldn't even happen. You go trying to go muscle somebody around about something so petty. Come on, man. Where you learning that from, man? We all know. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, though, man. Have y'all seen the footage? I know you haven't. What do y'all think about what that lady said about the footage? That it was 2 people making motion under the tent. I mean, she didn't say that all. It just shows Karmello going over to Austin. Austin was just standing there. Now, I could see a little bit if Austin was just standing there at a distance and then Karmello literally got up and went over to him and did it. But if what happened, and those words exchanged, and he said, "You touch me," or all that, you see the motion real quick as if Austin's coming towards him and he does what he does. Hey, man. Hey, now, I mean, heck. Yeah, they're both kids, but yeah, you got one person is trying to attack the other or trying to come after the other. What is he supposed to do? Treat him like some kind of baby? Yeah, it's somebody's kid. Yeah, it was a student, but dog. I mean, come on. It could have went another way. Yeah, it could have went another way. I'm not saying Definitely not saying he deserved what happened. Definitely not saying that. But when you kind of, when you go pushing yourself off on somebody like that, I mean, now, if somebody, and especially give you a warning, why keep, you just didn't want the black guy to show you up. Anyway, it's just too many of them walking around that's always trying to cut a black person down. And I feel like that's what he was trying to do. And Karmello, he stood on it, man, and did what he did. And like I say, it's just too much from the other people who needs to stop it. Too much antagonizing from the other people that just need to stop it. Like I say, the guy has a whole auto shop, sat there being, racist about Juneteenth. Come on. Or, just being negative about Juneteenth. Like, dude, you see what I'm saying? These people, they're the ones who just, they just got in their system about black people. They see a black person doing anything, decent, good, bad, that's just. And he came over, I feel like he came over to Karmello with that already in him. That's what I feel like. He came over here with that white rage and just already in him. If Karmello hadn't have done what he did and Austin would have got the upper hand, he probably would have beat the dog crap out of him with that with that white rage. They probably would have had to pull Austin off of him. Let's be honest. He probably would have tried to beat the dog blood out of him with that white rage and stuff, the way they be, feeling towards black people and about black people anyway. Come on. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments about this, man. Speak against it if you want. All this white, y'all heard what I said, and dang it, it's the truth. Hit dogs are gonna holler. But yeah, another one over here at Game Chopping TV, man. I feel like still self-defense though. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Another one over here at Game Chopping TV. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe because we chopping this game over here, man.